CJ, welcome to the job interview.
Thank you.
Welcome. Congratulations.
So, you're my favorite prospect for two reasons. One, you want to be a sports columnist someday, which I appreciate. Smart kid, wants to be a sports columnist. That's where all the money is, Jalen.
Yes, indeed. My major in college was mass communications.
More importantly, Patriot Leaguer.
Yep.
I went to Holy Cross.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice to have a Patriot Leaguer in the potential lottery. How did you climb up this last year?
A lot of hard work and a lot of time in the gym, but I think I was in a fortunate situation going to Lehigh, being able to play right away and kind of develop. So I think that helped me a lot along the years.
There's been a paradigm shift in college basketball to where players like yourself playing in the Patriot League get a chance to play on the elite level against a lot of players that were probably more highly recruited coming out of high school. So talk about how that fueled your game and how you were able to take advantage of that because you became an elite scorer.
Yeah, it fueled me a lot. I mean, just quite frankly, they were better than me in high school. They were bigger. They had NBA bodies. They had all the hype. I kind of had to work my way up and get there. I had to physically get stronger. I had to kind of fine-tune my skills a little bit, work on the point guard game, distribute and stuff like that. So it was a long road, and it's a road less traveled. Obviously, you see the NBA. It's kind of tough, but I've been thankful for the situation I was put in. Lehigh gave me a great opportunity, and I kind of made the best of it. But like you said before, it's tough and it definitely fuels your fire when you see guys, McDonald's All-Americans. You kind of see, you watch Kansas play, you see how many fans they got there, then you go play at Lehigh, and it's not the same. It's not the same at all, but you can make the best of any situation.
So the bias against you heading into this draft, everybody looks always to pick guys apart. Yours is going to be competition.
Yeah.
And the guy who had this last year was Damian Lillard, who ended up going 6th.
And turned it out.
Everybody was like, what was it, Weber State?
Yeah.
Weber State or Weber State? Weber State?
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I can't even pronounce his school's name. And it was like, yeah, he didn't play against good. And then he comes in and wins Rookie of the Year. So were you watching him this last year thinking,
Yeah, I watched him the entire year. We even exchanged numbers, and I texted him, and I told him, the better you play, the better that makes me look. So
yeah, seriously.
But no, he's definitely a great role model in terms of what he went through. He broke his foot as well, so people are saying I can't come back from a broken foot. He broke his 5th metatarsal on his right foot, broke mine in my left. So, I mean, you kind of see how he played against him, how he fared, and he kind of showed that the transition can be easy with hard work. If you work hard and you do what you're supposed to do, the transition is as easy as you make it.
If you could compare yourself to any NBA player who's in the league right now, what player would it be?
I would say a cross between Steph Curry and Dame Lillard, just because of the road they had to take. Obviously I'm a good shooter. Steph's a better shooter. He led the NBA and he's breaking records every day. So I can't say I shoot as good as him, but definitely a good shooter, able to score, able to keep others involved as well. I think that's one of the things that's underrated about Steph Curry is he got that left hand pass off the bounce. That's a tough pass to make.
We were just talking about that last night.
Yeah, left hand scoops, he's got it all.
Fundamentals, the way he looks, finds guys and stuff is really good.
We both have the same kind of craftiness, able to, when they say we're not explosive, we're just smart with how we play and smart with our movements and change the speeds. And then with Dame, he's got that tenacity about him. He's got that poise, that 4-year college experience where, nothing rattles him, nothing phases him. So, that's kind of how I approach the game, kind of how I play. But I can't say that I did make the NCAA tournament, so they can talk about how the competition is all they want.
True.
Dame never made the tournament and still turned out the NBA.
Shooting is a lost art. And when you have guys that can shoot the basketball, especially playing guard, it spreads the floor. It makes you allows you to make everybody around you better. So now you're working on creating off the dribble, working on off the bounce. Just talk about how that evolution of your game is something you want to see on the next level.
No, I think it'll show with the type of players I have around me. At Lehigh, I was forced to score. I was forced to be the man. And it's kind of funny. I played point guard in high school. I played point guard at AAU. I was recruited to go to Lehigh as a point guard. It just so happens that we had the preseason player of the year who was a senior playing point guard. So I kind of fulfilled the role at the two. So that's what I did. They asked me to score, rebound, and defend. And that's what I did. But at the NBA, whatever they ask of me, they want me to spot up and make shots, I'll make shots. You want me to, get the ball in the post, I'll do that. You want me to defend, whatever is necessary. And I think it'll kind of show with the type of players I have around me. They talk about the competition I played against, but you also have to look at what was on my team. I didn't have 5 NBA players out there or another NBA player out there. I had doctors, lawyers, and a couple overseas guys.
And what? One thing I like about this interview, and I always acknowledge it when it turned this way, this guy has something I love. He's mad. He has a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, like Trey Burke.
Yes. You take that personal, don't you? And you should.
Every day I hear about it. I watched your podcast. I seen you with Chad Ford. Chad Ford said he liked my game a little bit. I appreciate that. And you were like, Patriot League.
I know.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
He was like, Patriot
He's like,
League.
wow, this
It's
would be
funny,
huge
we
for
could have
us.
2 players drafted. Muscala, Mike Muscala.
I think he's going to be good. I'm biased. Where do you rank from 1 to 10 on the heat check scale? Like, let's say Steph Curry is a 10,
Oh yeah, he shoot the 1-foot threes.
and I would say
Yeah.
Michael K. Gilchrist is a 1 right now because he can't
Right,
shoot.
right.
So where do you rank 1
If
through
Steph
10?
Curry's a 10, I'm not Steph Curry, so I would say mine's a 9.
Good.
9. What was the hottest you've been in college? What game? Like, did you have an outer body experience in
I had
college?
42 against Kent State my sophomore year, but I wasn't really hot. I only hit about 2 threes. In high school, I scored 54 the first game my junior year and 44 the last game, so I was pretty hot. I had 8 threes and 9 threes, I think.
Some of your vices. College kid, I can get away with doing this. Pro, adult, nah, I gotta let that go.
Some of my eating habits, I've kind of changed them. I've talked to a lot of players in the NBA. And I think that's one of the things that like Kobe, they tend to do it towards the end of their career, and I'm trying to get ahead of the curve. I need all the, the advantages I can get, coming from a small school, being undersized, 6'3", 200 pounds, but whatever. So I
You
think
put
that's
on
one of the
weight too,
things.
right? Didn't you put on like 35 pounds?
Yeah, my freshman year in college, I was 160, listed at 160. I think I weighed in at 201 before I left, and I broke my foot, so it was all pushes, pulls, and core. Can't kind of see, this shirt's kind of overwhelming right now. They gave me the XL, but no, I think got to change your eating habits. You got to eat healthy. Cut out. I don't really eat candy, but what times are you eating? What are you eating? Are you getting breakfast within 20 minutes of waking up? Little stuff like that to kind of give you that competitive advantage, and that's what I'm looking for.
You know what I worry about with him? This is my biggest fear. I've been to Lehigh. I broadcast the '91 Patriot League football final in Lehigh when Holy Cross won its last big football title. Lehigh's not really near anything. Like, what happens if you go from living in Lehigh for 4 years to going to South Beach? I worry, like, do you just like? It's like going from one extreme to the other.
No, I'll be fine.
You'll be fine?
I can adjust to any
All right.
environment.
What about L.A.? Going from Lehigh to L.A. would worry me.
Well, the Lakers don't have a first-round pick, and the Clippers
Oh, that's true.
are slated to have the 25th pick. In South Beach, they don't have a pick in this draft. I don't
Lehigh's in the middle of nowhere.
This gentleman is
Those
a
are good
student of
answers.
it. He's a
Those are
student
good
of his
answers.
craft.
Well,
But
he's a future sports columnist
I'll be
after he
comfortable
retires.
in any environment, honestly.
Okay.
I'm from Canton, Ohio, so I've seen a
Hall of
lot.
Fame.
I've seen
Football
a lot.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. What player are you most nervous to meet in the NBA right now?
I'm not nervous to meet anyone.
What
I just
player are you
look forward
nervous to go against?
I don't believe in nerves. If you're prepared, you shouldn't be nervous.
Detroit
Not
Pistons.
even Chris. I'm going to forward that quote to Chris Paul. Rookie's not nervous to meet you or go
I
against you.
played against him at his skills academy.
Oh yeah.
I went to it in the summer. He showed us a lot of tricks. He showed us some. He told us, he said, I'm going to be going against some of you guys, so I won't show you everything.
Yeah.
Does one of the tricks have to do with how he's able to arm fight with his weak hand? So sometimes he's
He's
dribbling.
hitting you.
Yes.
I mean, he's
Or
got,
is there also called fouls?
No, that's not a foul.
he's got it all.
It's
Fouls when
knocking
he
the
does
guy.
that.
It's knocking the guy off balance.
He's got this one where you're dribbling and he lets you get in front of him the back tip.
Yeah.
I won't tell it.
Everyone falls for that.
Yeah,
All the rookies fall for that one.
Yeah.
Actually, we should watch a couple clips. Why
This
can't
big
Holy
game.
Cross
This
be
looks like
in the
an
clips?
ISO.
I must have cut
This
this.
looks like an ISO. Watch
Ooh,
this.
oh.
Lean back.
All right, that was an NBA
Watch it.
move.
Look
Stop
at the
it,
bench, though.
please.
Yeah, what you looking at?
You look at the bench? I didn't even see that. That was an NBA move.
So this is what I want to ask you. So you're a 15 seed, right?
Yes.
You're playing against a 2 seed in Duke. You're telling yourself, this is my stage. The night before the game and leading up into the game, how did you feel? What were you saying? How did you know that you were going to go out here and play with that kind of confidence?
Well, I had put the time in. I had lost to Bucknell my sophomore year in a buzzer beater. I got fouled at the end of the game. They didn't call it, and Mike admitted to fouling me at the end of the press conference, and it kind of fueled my fire.
Bucknell always gets the calls.
Yeah, it kind of fueled my fire a little bit, and I had played on the big stage my freshman year against Kansas.
Yeah.
16 versus 1 seed. We were down 2 at halftime.
I remember that
We
game.
ended up losing. Yeah. So I mean, I had kind of got my feet wet a little bit, and I knew the next time I got there, like, this could be my last chance. Like, the tournament's not guaranteed. You think you get there your first year, then you don't make it. You're like, dang, I'm winning every other year.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to take advantage of it, and I kind of liked the matchups. I watched Duke all year. I knew what guards they had. I knew what guards every team had, but I felt like we matched up really well against them.
So on that play,
Keep going.
for the people that want to talk about your ability to create, just talk us through this. This is creating if there ever is such thing.
Is that the lefty-righty crossover? Is that your best move, or is that one of many?
I
Pause.
think it's one of many.
Oh, all right. Let's see this one. I want to see him go
So
around
his
the
pick and
screen.
roll action, you're a shooter. They're going to
fast.
show hard.
Oh.
Turn the corner, drop pass.
So you remembered that play before it even happened? You knew it was going to happen?
I study. We have one of my assistant coaches was the video director for the Nets a few years ago. So I break down every possession. I've seen that play more times than you.
You're
probably
climbing up Jalen's big board.
No doubt.
Jalen likes students of the game.
Yes,
I mean,
indeed.
that's how you get better. Not just I got a lot of turnovers in this game, a couple missed layups, a lot of stuff. I mean, I watch it all.
You know what Jalen's big board is right now? It's Trey Burke 1, Glenn Robinson the third 2, Tim Hardaway Jr. 3, Mitch
and
McGarry 4.
He's in there.
He
Trey's
overrates
from Ohio.
Michigan.
The Ohio
Yep.
guys get that swagger, that confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's
Chip on
got
the shoulder.
the chip that you have too.
Yep,
Yeah,
he does.
He was like petting it
He
when we were
wasn't.
interviewing him.
You think about how the way we grew up. He played with Sullinger, but he
Yep.
wasn't the guy. Like it was always Jared.
Yeah.
So talk us through this play.
Oh, they both came with me. Poor hedge, no help on the backside, no off the ball. Mason didn't help out.
Good pocket pass. This is a Will. Allen Iverson made this famous in the league. Teammate continued to move, dropped it off basket in the foul.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're going to go from playing, you said at Lehigh, you're playing with these guys who this is all they're doing, and they're going to go into the real world after this. Now you're going against these guys that are like the greatest athlete, or you're going with the guys that are the greatest athletes in the world. From a teammate thing, are there things you're going to be able to do in the NBA that you kind of always wished you had done in Lehigh? Like, did you have somebody throw alley-oops to in Lehigh?
Hey, I think that's one of the best things about making the transition to the highest stage. You got the best athletes in the world. You also got the best treatment and the best kind of the supporting cast.
Right.
At the skills academies, I went to the skills academies last year. CP3, Durant, and LeBron. Playing with Tony Mitchell, you just throw the ball at the top of the square. Me and Mason Plumlee were teammates. After we beat them, and we were teammates at the skills academy. You can kind of see the athleticism they have, and it's unreal.
Right.
And they'd say it's a disadvantage. I think it's an advantage because I faced the double teams and the triple teams. Like Dame will tell you, even Seth Curry when he was at Liberty, they'll tell you like the defensive coverages you faced is different. Against Duke, I'm getting one-on-ones with Thornton or Seth. I didn't get one-on-ones in league play, so you kind of get used to having to be two guys and not being able to rely on your teammates as much as you would like to. At the next level, I don't have to be the man, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with any role. I'll give up the ball, do whatever's necessary, and that guy's going to knock down the shot. Like you got Novak off the bench. I'm making an extra pass because Novak, that's what he's paid to do. He's paid to knock down shots. You didn't necessarily have that at Lehigh.
And you might be on some team where you're the fifth guy they're worried about in the court, and instead of being double teamed the entire time, you have the ball and it swings around. There's nobody in front of you.
It takes a lot for a player to get to this point. The NBA is a dream. Who are some of the people that are the most proud of you?
Yeah, I would definitely say my mother. She's worked extremely hard. My father as well. They got divorced when I was 3 years old, but they kind of worked things out so that they could both be in our lives and kind of both take care of us at the same time. So I think they'd definitely be most proud. And my brother, he's kind of pushed me. He's helped me elevate my game to the next level. He was kind of, my best friend, my trainer, the guy I looked up to, my support system. He's overseas now playing in Greece, and without him, I wouldn't have made it. He was there to, wake me up at 6 a.m. Let's go run the stairs. Like you lost last year. You see what Trey's doing on TV. You see Ben McCollum knocking down shots. Like, what are you doing today? So he was kind of there in my ear, all along the whole way, pushing me. So.
How many people are living with you next year? Anybody?
I don't need nobody.
Some people have. We like that.
Yeah,
answer.
I was a young idiot. I had 3-4 people living with me.
No, I went through 4 years of college by myself. I know how to cook. I'll be just fine. I told Mom already. You can come visit me, but you always have a home with me. But you have your own home.
You have a girlfriend?
Yes, I have a girlfriend.
Bringing her to the draft?
I don't know. That's a tough question. Hopefully this isn't recorded right now. That's tough.
Don't get him in trouble, Bill. Well,
I don't know.
it's going to start playing about 4 or 5 days before the draft.
Yeah. No.
So you got
4 to 5 weeks.
4 to 5 weeks before the draft?
She's like, so how long you going for the draft? Who are you bringing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Put it this way.
That's tough. She's
Can I tell you
pretty
something?
close too.
Jalen didn't bring a girlfriend to the draft.
No, let's check out some more footage.
I don't think I know, because what do you get, 5 or 7 tickets?
Yeah, it's tight.
First, I got to get invited, but if I do, then
So here are some areas of the people felt like they wanted to see you work on. This is a good one-on-one move.
the finish, yeah, clank.
I actually felt like that was a good move.
I
He just
like that
didn't
move.
Yeah, just
I was
didn't have-
okay with that move.
Just didn't have the touch on it that he wanted, but that's a good move. You know, runners and floaters with these guys being so athletic nowadays are a key for a guard.
Yeah, pause it for a second. We talked to Trey Burke about this, about Tony Parker's floater.
Oh, unreal.
That's a move that you probably have to get at some point, right?
Yeah, the end. I think I've developed it. I think I have it now. Also, the Steph Curry flip shot. I don't know if you guys been watching the underhand.
Underhand. I've told you.
From about 12 feet. He's got it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
Both
fundamentals.
So where do you expect to get drafted?
In the draft.
You seem like the kind of guy who's looked at a lot of mock drafts.
I mean, I don't
Over
really.
under mock
He's a
drafts you've
student of
looked
his
at.
craft.
I follow the big board. I kind of look at, where people are project, like rankings wise in terms of point guards, shooting guards, and the top 100. So I follow that because I want to know what I'm competing against and who's going to be in the workouts and who's not going to want to work out against me.
Are you pro Chad Ford or anti Chad Ford right now?
I like Chad Ford a lot. I think he's a great guy.
Okay.
got a great-
Because he likes you.
Great mind of the game. I think he does his work. He does his homework.
And one last thing I want to ask you. So people are going to always push you to do what they feel like isn't your strength.
Mm-hmm.
So you're very good off the dribble. You can knock down open shots. Talk about defending your position, because that's going to be a key, ones and twos.
No, that's one of the things I've been working on in Long Island with Jay and the strength and conditioning. Lateral movement is key. And out there, I'm not really on an island. In NBA, you're on an island. There's no 3 seconds. You're going against an elite guard. Whether it's the one or the two, they're all elite. They're all demands. They got the pure quickness. And then you look at the way Tony Parker plays. You can't just guard on ball. Tony Parker gives it up. He comes off the baseline staggered just to catch it and get that follow-up ball screen with Tim Duncan. So you got to be able to guard your man on the ball, be able to fight over that screen with a 7-footer hitting you, and then you got to be able to fight through those off-ball screens as well. So, it's all about the want to. You can look at my size and look at me and say, maybe he's Pharrell, maybe he has a good NBA body or not, but you can't determine what kind of heart somebody has until you watch him play. So,
You're a quality young man.
Thank
We
you.
see a success story.
Good luck.
Congratulations.
Patriot League for life.
Please subscribe. All the other channels have more subscribers than us, and that makes us sad. Watch the Grantland channel. Much easier than reading Grantland.